I'd like to call the July 22nd, 2024 City of Gardner Planning Commission meeting to order. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start with roll call on my right. Commissioner Vonderschmidt, present.
Commissioner Souza here.
Commissioner Mader here.
Commissioner Bird here.
Commissioner Cooper here.
Just in the nick of time. And I'm present as well, so we have 7? 6, I can't count. All right. And then I got dated wording here. So we have a quorum present. Okay, so Dave, question. Remember you sent me this updated, do you want me to use the wording that's on here, or do you want me to use the all matters listed in the consent?
Yeah, use the all matters.
Okay, all right, cool. All matters listed within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Planning Commission for study. These items are considered to be routine and will be enacted upon by one motion with no separate discussion. Separate discussion is desired on an item from either the Planning Commission or from the floor. That item may be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. We have the standing approval of the minutes from the meeting on June 24th. Any commissioners like to pull an item from the agenda? A member from the public? Okay. I'll entertain a motion then.
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a motion by Cooper and a second by Commissioner Mader. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. All right. Moving on to the regular agenda. Item number 1, Tuscan Farms. Item number 24-304-03, rezoning, preliminary development plan, preliminary plat, southwest corner of 196th Street and Gardner Road.
Good evening. Jesse Hunter, planner with the City of Gardner. This item is a continuation from the June 24th Planning Commission meeting. The applicant was directed to work with staff in regards to traffic, density, landscaping, and increasing privacy. Since the June meeting, the applicant has submitted a revised preliminary development plan which replaces the townhomes with 50-foot wide single-family lots. The building type is detached house neighborhood. This change in that building type requires revising the zoning request from RP3 to either RP2 or RP4, and therefore requires republishing the public notice. There was not sufficient time to meet the state statute deadline of newspaper notification 20 days prior to the Planning Commission meeting, leading to the continuation request. Staff recommends the Planning Commission table application 24-304-03, a rezoning and associated preliminary development plan and preliminary plat for Tuscan Farm to the August 26th, 2024 Planning Commission meeting.
Thank you, Jesse. Is the applicant present? Okay. I guess we'll go to commissioner discussion. Any discussion on this item?
I just have one clarifying question. I don't know if you want to go in order or if I can just jump in. So the recommended motion says that we're going to table the application 24-304-03, which if I'm reading and understanding staff report, we might be looking at something new. So are we really tabling or are we deferring, or what's the correct action? Because I don't think we're going to see 24-304-03.
At this point in time, what we don't have enough information from the developer to understand if he's going to withdraw this application and submit a new application, as you've talked about. If there's a significant enough change as a result of this, it would be a new application that they would have to go through. So we're in discussions with them as they're talking about this change. We've only seen some very preliminary sketches and drawings at this point in time. Staff has communicated with them regarding some of the concerns and additional information that they would have to do. And we've also talked to them a little bit about the whole idea of having to re-advertise and what that may mean. So what I will tell you at this point, until we have further information and a formal request to withdraw the application, it's just best to table this at this point and go from
Okay.
there.
Okay, thank you for the clarity. That's all the question I had.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion on this then.
Make that motion, Chair. The Planning Commission tables application 24-304-03, a rezoning and associated preliminary development plan and preliminary plat for Tuscan Farms to the August 26, 2024 Planning Commission meeting.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Mader, a second by Commissioner Souza. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries 6-0. All right. Moving on, item number 2, University Park, FDP-22-05 extension request located northwest of the intersection of 167th Street and White Drive. We have a staff presentation.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, there's not a formal staff presentation on this. The request is pretty straightforward. It is an extension request for a previously approved plan. The applicant developer is present in the audience today if you have any questions. My primary understanding is that this project's been delayed basically based on financing and interest rates, things like that in the economic sector.
Maybe just super quick clarification. So if I'm reading and understanding our code correctly, a 1-year extension is allowed, and that's it
Yes.
on
It's a-
this set of what we're looking at.
Correct. It
Okay.
is a one-time, 1-year
It's a one-time,
extension that
one-year
is
deal.
allowed, yes.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
And that is for the final development plan.
Mhm.
The plat's on a different track, and timelines associated with that are different.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. That's all I had.
Any other questions or comments? Commission? If not, I will entertain a motion on this one as well.
Can make that motion, Chair. I motion that the Planning Commission approve the request for a year extension of the final development plan, FDP-22-05, for the request of 1 year to expire on August 22nd, 2025.
I second that.
So Commissioner Berg, I think, got the second on that one, so.
I didn't hear.
It's okay. You guys were at the same time. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 6-0. All right. Our last regular agenda item, Symphony Farms, item number 24-302-07, preliminary plat and final plat located on the east side of Kill Creek Road, approximately 500 feet north of Mustang Street. Staff presentation.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Evening.
Again, this is item 3, 24-302-07, Symphony Farms, a preliminary plat for Phase 7 and 8 and final plat for Phase 7. Subject property is located just to the north of 167th Street on the east side of Kill Creek. The property was part of an annexation and rezoning to R1 back in 2003. In 2005, a preliminary plat was approved but was never final platted. The last phase that the Plan Commission and governing body approved was Phase 6, and the Plan Commission approved that back on January 24th of 2022. The comp plan identifies this parcel for low-density residential. As you can see from the map, the proposed preliminary plat for Phase 7 and 8 is on 56 acres and contains 84 lots and 8 tracts of single-family development. The final plat, which is before you tonight, is Phase 7, and that consists of 41 lots on 3 tracks, with 3 tracks, sorry. The building types proposed will be detached suburban house. This property has never been platted and is undeveloped. All utilities are available to the site. Staff findings, the application are generally consistent with the comprehensive plan. The plats are in compliance with the land development code. And the plats do not deter any existing or future development on adjacent lots.
Thank you. Is the applicant present?
I'm Jim Humbert. I'm the president of Lifestyle Building Design. We've, over the last 5 years since we took over the subdivision, have already developed 3 phases, and which consist of about 170 lots, where about 150 houses built. You know, most of you probably been out to the park and have seen us. I mean, we're trying to build a first-time move-up, first-time move-down situation. It's nice to come to a planning committee meeting and not seeing we're doing all kinds of changes to lots into your code. We're actually putting in real lots, right sizes. It's nice housing. So if you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Guess I'll. Thank you. You don't need to stand up there the whole time unless you want to.
Nope.
Start on my right. Do you have any questions or comments?
Nathan, no question.
Commissioner Sosa?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
You got anything?
Well, yeah, I guess I come back and I have questions on every single item. So, just so I'm clear, on item 2, within the recommended motion, what's outstanding actually? Because to me, that looks like a lot,
Yeah.
but I'm reading it from my eyes,
Yeah.
and that looks like a lot.
So there have been discussions between the applicant's engineer and Public Works regarding some of the stormwater.
Mhm.
Just to understand what happened between the first and second review cycles in that period of time, there were some revisions made to this preliminary plat and that's why you have some number correcting and
Correct.
things that had to be caught here. As part of that, there was a little bit of a lot change down in the portion where there's a detention area and things like that. So these all 4 are really related to some of those adjustments. They are easily correctable. It's just a matter, we want to make sure that we've got all that information in hand before the plat is actually executed and recorded. Typically, all of that information would be part of the approval process and it would have been incorporated in here. But there have been discussions between the engineer and Public Works staff, so they're sure that the timeline should work. That's what we've been reassured of.
Okay, so what we're looking at is going to change?
No, what you're looking at is what's before you. It's the
It's
background
just the
information.
numbering,
Right.
like an admin task.
Correct.
What
The-
we're actually seeing physically won't change.
No, physically it will not. The lot layout, the track layouts will not change. What will change, there is a numbering break that has to be corrected because of one lot being removed.
Mhm.
And then the items regarding stormwater are background analysis pieces that go with that change that's already in front of you. So there will not be another change to this that
Okay.
I'm aware of.
Okay, because that
Yeah. It's,
looked like, I'm like, wow.
I will tell you with the stream corridor and the stormwater information and things like that, there are a number of analysis pieces that are required of all development now. For our MS4 permit, which is out there, that's our stormwater sanitary sewer permits that we have with the state. We are obligated to acquire certain pieces of information, and as part of that analysis, this is the kind of language you get.
Okay,
And you will not, if you choose to adopt this motion or to move forward with this motion, you do not have to read all of this. You can certainly introduce it and with conditions.
okay, thanks for the clarification. Dave, I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay, that's all I had.
Commissioner Cooper?
I don't have any
No, I asked some earlier questions. They didn't answer some
If there's no further discussion, I'll entertain a motion on this item.
I'll make that motion. After review of application 24-302-07, phases 7 and 8, preliminary plat and phase 7, final plat for Symphony Farms, and staff report dated July 17th, 2024, the Planning Commission approves the applications as proposed and recommends the governing body accept the dedication of right-of-way and easements provided in the 2 conditions and 4 subcategories of the second condition is written.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cooper, second by Commissioner Fader.
And Mr. Chair, I'm just gonna mention, since Commissioner Burke brought up, Commissioner Burke did send us an email over the weekend regarding a couple questions having to do with some of the traffic analysis, the stormwater sides. There were questions that he had. I would say they are, as a new commissioner, they were important questions, but understanding that those analyses get done as part of the plating process. So that's how we responded to them. So just for disclosure to the commission.
I appreciate that. Back to the motion at hand. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 6-0. That is the end of our regular agenda. Staff, any updates?
Next Planning Commission meeting will be August 26th, 2024. If you are going to be absent, please let us know in advance so that we can plan on having a quorum. There are items on that agenda so far that we will be dealing with then, but certainly if you have plans, knowing that this is summer, just let us know as far in advance so we understand if we have a quorum or not, or if we need to make some shifts in the date. So that's all I have at this point.
That I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?